Hey everyone, it's Friday, July 21st, and last week I had mentioned in the video I was going to tell you about Quiz 8 today, and so I'm keeping my promise, and this should be our last video. I'm going to tell you about what's going to happen next week. It's our final week together, and I'll also talk to you a little bit about the prompt for the quiz that you're going to complete. Now, right now, I'm in the middle of reading through the Early Civilizations projects. In fact, I'm a little bit more than halfway. I'm about 75% done. So I should have everything done probably Sunday to Monday, somewhere in there. If you're going to do the extra credit, make sure you have that to me by Sunday night. I think that's the 23rd. And make sure you have it in about 5 minutes before midnight is when the cutoff is for that. And again, that is an optional assignment, but 30 points is 30 points. So it's definitely worth doing. And of course, just being able to see some of the artifacts that we talked about throughout the semester is really important as well. Finally, Quiz 8. And I've put the prompt already there on Moodle for you under next week's information. And you can do that at any time. You can do that today if you want. It's a good idea that you've completed the audio PowerPoints and finished the book as well, as far as reading goes, for the Dark Ages. And that last chapter, even though it says late medieval Italy, it's really the early Renaissance. And if you end up going to take Art 5, that's where you will pick up with Art 5. It begins with literally chapter 14. So with that, the quiz itself is a comparison and contrast essay. And we did this kind of similar to quiz 2, I believe, where I had a worksheet for you. And I even put another worksheet at the end of this prompt for you to work with if you wanted to. What I'm having you do is compare and contrast two altarpieces that are quite similar, but they're worlds apart in terms of style. So what you're going to do is, from the knowledge you've gained from the last few chapters, from the audio PowerPoints, you're going to take a look at these two works, and you're going to tell me what you see as the same and what you see as different. You can definitely, again, utilize that worksheet. That helps to organize a lot of our thoughts and the information, so we can literally see pros and cons of works. And when they're right next to each other, it should be fairly easy to note the main points of difference between these two altarpieces. And as far as the format goes, and let me bring up the format here, the essay, again, should be in a Word file or a PDF. Either way is fine. It is a one-page essay, and at the end of the semester here, as I'm finishing up these longer papers and such, I'm really asking you to keep it to one page. And that means a nice full page, 20 to 23 lines of text, and just don't go over one page. You know, it's the way it was explained to me years ago was that, you know, we live in a world of memos. All those memos are one pages long, and you know, when you go to that second page, you know, you start to lose some interest in what the memo says. So keep everything on one page, be clear, be concise, and spend some time editing as well. If you end up having a page in a sentence or a page in a paragraph, you know, edit it down to really the main points that you're trying to get across to the reader. And definitely use paragraphs, indent those paragraphs, don't leave spaces between them. That's really important. The essay can be double spaced, and we're looking at just regular fonts, Times New Roman, and keep it at 10 points, please. The quiz needs to be turned in by Thursday, July 27th, 11:55 p.m. That is Thursday, of course, is our last day of class. And that is it for the quiz. The quiz is 40 points, so make sure to definitely complete the quiz. And as far as letter grades are concerned, as soon as I'm done grading, I will have letter grades posted. We have to have them in by August 3rd, and you can view them, I think it is on August 4th. As stated in the syllabus, and I went over this at the beginning of the semester, if there is a wrong grade that is posted for you, please make sure to contact me, and I will go through the process of updating it if it's a clerical error that I've made. And you know, I have close to 100 students still for summer, and errors can happen, you know, so definitely contact me if there's an issue. But if it's the correct grade, don't just contact me to say, hey, I enjoyed your class, I could really use an A. I could have really used an A too when I was in school. So make sure that you're vigilant on this last quiz. You have it completed and turned in on time. Extra credit turned in as well on Sunday. Quiz on Thursday. And I'll finish your final grades. So I hope you've enjoyed the class. I hope you've learned a few things about some of these ancient civilizations and artwork that we've covered. You can also take other art history classes. ARTH is pretty regularly online if you have to have that format. Personally, I think it's better in the classroom. There's a little bit more interaction, of course. And ARTH is contemporary art, 1945 to the present. ARTH is kind of the second portion of ARTH. It covers the Renaissance through 1945, through the end of World War II. So with that, have a great week. Good luck on the quiz, and hopefully I'll see you sometime soon.